Welcome. The book you're about to hear, The Solution, is now available in stores, and you're about to experience it in its audio form. To grab your own copy, check the link in the description. Let's get started. Chapter 8. Rose didn't ask questions anymore. She had learned, through marriage, through work, through disappointment, that questions only delayed the truth people were already showing you. And Reece Williams, whether he meant to or not, had shown her enough. She watched him now from across the floor, speaking quietly with Helen Brooks. It wasn't the closeness that bothered her. It was the ease. Helen stood with her arms folded loosely, weight shifted to one hip. She wasn't smiling, but there was something in her eyes, something appraising. The kind of look a woman gives when she's already decided a man is interesting and is now figuring out how dangerous that interest might be. Rose felt something tighten in her chest. So this is who he is, she thought. Calm, inviting, always available to the next woman who wanders close enough. Reece hadn't noticed her watching. That somehow made it worse. Helen Brooks didn't rush men. She was older than most of the women on the floor, carried herself with a physical confidence earned through years of motion, not mirrors. There was strength in her posture, restraint in her voice. The kind of woman who could take someone home without ever raising her tone. "You're newer than you pretend to be," Helen said, eyes steady on Reece. He smiled faintly. "That obvious?" "Only to people who've learned to wait," she replied. They stood near the window. Late afternoon light cut across the room, catching dust in the air. Helen glanced outside briefly, then back at him. "You ever get the feeling," she continued, "that you've lived this part before?" Reece paused. "Sometimes," she nodded. "I thought so." There was a silence between them. Not awkward, not charged, curious. Helen studied him the way someone studies a trailhead before deciding whether to hike it alone. "If you ever want to talk outside of here," she said casually, "I take long walks. Helps me think." The offer was subtle, controlled, no pressure. Reece didn't answer right away. Rose saw the hesitation. She misread it completely. Across the room, Scarlett said nothing. She didn't interrupt, didn't smirk, didn't lean in. She simply watched, from her desk, from the hallway, from the reflection in the glass. Silence was her favorite instrument, because silence let other people do the damage for her. Later that afternoon, Rose finally cornered Reece near the stairwell, the same one where she'd first seen him with Scarlett. Funny how places remembered things even when people tried to forget. "You don't waste time," Rose said coolly. Reece turned. "This again?" She crossed her arms. "I saw you with Helen." "That wasn't—" "Don't," she cut in. "You don't owe me explanations. That's the point. You never think you do." He exhaled slowly. "You're wrong about me." Rose laughed quietly, not amused, resigned. Men always say that when they realize someone's finally paying attention. She stepped closer. Not intimate, not hostile. Final. "I thought you were observing," she said. "Turns out you're just participating like everyone else." She walked past him, shoulder brushing his, not accidental. Reece stood there, feeling the weight of words he couldn't fix. Down the hall, Scarlett watched Rose leave. Then she looked at Reece. She didn't smile. She didn't speak. She just turned back to her work, leaving him alone with the echo of conclusions he never chose. Thank you for listening to The Solution. It's available in stores. To grab your own copy, check the link in the description.